Saturday night. Let's talk about it. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to Sooners Recap. I'm your host, Jason Watkins, along with my co host, K. Chris Griffin from the Horns Down podcast, and Mr. Mason, Chris Mason from Sooners 360. Hey, big win tonight, gentlemen. Uh, it it was a weird ass game, but big win for Oklahoma. Speak, K. Chris, speak.
So anybody gonna pat me on the back for being really the only one who really had all the confidence, all the rest of that, who kind of
You
told
didn't
you
get the
guys.
score right.
I did get the
Had
score
to.
right, but I
Fucking
told you how the game would most likely
got it.
go, how you can make them predictable, how you can do this. Chris Mason, Jason, did you not see the same formations I told you about? Outside of maybe one of the
Chris, if you
four
watched
wide that they like.
Tennessee at all before this year, we knew.
I'm just saying, man.
No, you
I'm
were.
just saying.
We'll give you your flowers. You were
I'm
correct.
just saying,
You were correct.
like I said, defense. Once they settled in, they settled in. They played perfectly, especially to end that second quarter. Got stops when you need to get stops. Obviously, if we go MVP of the game, we're all wrong. Tate Sandell was that guy. Um, but I will say, there's a guy who makes bad brisket that works up there at the agency I work at. He knows who he is. He's probably watching this right now. Eat your words. Please stop talking about material. Second off, there's another guy who's like a big brother to me up there at my agency. He knows who he is. That's my guy. By Cooper. That's my guy. But listen, guys, you got to relax. You got to understand there's ebbs and flows. There's a lot of different things. I'm not saying this guy's Baker Mayfield. He's nowhere near close to that. But at the same time, if you go back, especially to this game here, the Tennessee game that Baker played in, it kind of resembles that because Baker Magic and all the rest of that stuff that we all loved and everything is like that, that killed us that
All
2015
right,
year
I'll
at
take it
times.
off. That's enough. That's enough.
So
We're not going to do
I'm
this
just saying,
ridiculous.
man. It's a lot of people on here.
Listen,
To the
he
left
played
or
very,
right of
very
me,
well.
who's
Look,
talking about Hawkins and all the
he,
rest of the stuff, and I keep saying you gotta relax.
you think I won't fucking mute you too? You're going to listen to me. You're not going to do that shit like that. No. You can say, look, he played great in the second half. We needed him to come in and play great in the second half. No two ways around it. I'm not going to sit here and dog material, but don't do this Baker Mayfield horse shit. Don't do that. Don't do it. We're not listening to it. I'm not hearing it. No. But he needed to come in and do that. Look, if not for the defense getting 3 first half turnovers, they get blown out in this football game because of the way he played in the first half. So don't give me that bullshit. Come on.
All I'm saying is this right here is that hey, there was a lot of struggles that first year, especially early on. So I'm not talking about the whole body of work with Baker. I'm talking about that 2015 year. You got to where you were going, but there were struggles, and everybody out here could say that there definitely were struggles. So that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and tell me that especially you being the leader of the army. Everybody, a lot of people over here talk about let's go to Hawkins, let's go
Why
do this,
wouldn't you
let's
go
do
to
that.
Hawkins if you know what they were this close to
Did what
better
you
go to
got to
Hawkins?
do.
They're fucked.
Did
They
what
were
you
this
want
close
to.
to
You got
having
to
to go to
do.
Hawkins, and
Hey,
you
look,
know they
it's
were.
SEC ball.
Don't
You
do
got to
that.
go do
Don't
what you got to
do
do.
that shit.
You got to do
Don't.
what you got to do.
We did win, right? You guys
We
seem to
did.
be. They seem to
We
be.
I mean,
did.
it's not even about whether or not they needed to go to Hawkins or not. You're acting like you knew that this is what was coming when that's not what it
I was
was.
the one on here, Jason, who told you that they were going to win. I wasn't on here talking about, oh well, they have to score third, they have to do this. No, I told you exactly what needed to happen on Thursday.
Was I
told
wrong?
you what's
Was I
happening
wrong
now.
about that either? That they needed to score 30 plus to win? Because they
Look,
did.
hey, however you want to go about it, I'm just saying. I wasn't sitting up here saying I'm not necessarily confident in my pick, my decision. I went on there and I told you I put my nuts out, I let them hang, and I told you exactly what
You
needed to
did.
happen.
Yeah.
Let's be
All right.
fair here. He did
Go
talk.
ahead.
He talked big
Whatever,
shit
bro.
on Thursday. I know you backed it up. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean,
Thank God for that defense is what I'm gonna say. That first half, the defense did what it had to do, and
yeah.
that's where you need to give the flowers first, there, Kate Chris. That's what I'm
Well, I
talking
mean,
about.
obviously,
You're a
Don't give
defense-led
it.
team, Jason. Nobody's denying that. But what I'm saying is that, hey, things work. This offense is gonna be fine. When it's churning, it's churning. One thing we had tonight, X-Rod was running that ball. We were able to run. One thing that I've been screaming
and
for,
Mateer ran the best
Mateer
since.
ran the ball though. That's
Material
the
ran
thing
the
is he
ball
wasn't
well
even.
too. Material ran the ball well too. But one
Hey,
thing,
what about the kicker, bro? Let's talk about the fucking
Oh,
kicker
the
because
kicker.
if it wasn't for him, they're out of this game early, way out.
Well, he's. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, Mr. Mason. Yes,
Tate Sandell is our season MVP right now.
no doubt.
I mean, he is the shits. Don't give him a fucking burrito to kick for all the money in the world, right? I mean, he's a good kicker. He,
Mean mugging the sidelines after every one,
and we
too.
said we needed interceptions. We needed to play complementary football. We needed to run the ball some. We needed Mateer to make some big plays. Second half, he made some big plays with his arm and his feet. Right? We needed a bounce back from Mateer to say, okay, with a healthy offensive line and no thumb injury disrupting everything, can he lead us to big road wins? And the answer to that question is he just fucking did.
yeah. Can I point out like one underrated thing about this game though?
Absolutely.
Hey man, EPL, love EPL there. Love Foj out there as well.
They're kind of growing up a little bit in front of us, aren't they?
Ozida, look, I mean, trust. Look, I get it. I get it. Maybe the technique is not always great. It's not always this. But
But
I
the
could definitely
effort's fucking there.
I could definitely tell you, Jason and I, as long as we've been doing pods, Jason knows I say this, and Jason says this all the time. We have been weak on the interior of that offensive line for so long, and now you got guys that want to go out there and get nasty and fight. Nwewu's going to do what Nwewu does. Michaela has been really good for us, but you got to put somebody out there who's not scared to get nasty. When you watch EPL, especially on some of those replays, he's knocking the hell out of dudes. He's knocking them down. Obviously, yes, I'm just like you three. I'm screaming, just run. Don't wait for the pocket to collapse, Mateer. Just run. Hell, EPL is knocking dudes on their ass. It's not
Run the damn
perfect
ball.
every single time, but I think those two have added something different to the offensive line, Foj and EPL. That's just I think that's a very
Well,
underrated move, and obviously it was forced, but still.
yeah, I mean, obviously both those guys are playing better. We got Burks a little more involved today, right? He made some plays. Satania, they spread the ball. It wasn't a lot of passing yards, but you spread the ball around. And then X Rob, he's now healthy. He's practicing well. Other than the fumble, which we got back on a flag, it looks like.
Hey, who's this guy right here? I don't know who this is, but you got the I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese lettering, whatever that is, and you're calling I have a communist spy? What are you talking about? Hey, Chris might have a communist spy in there. I don't. What the fuck?
Hey, y'all don't piss off Jason. Let me and Jason beef. We handle the beef. We at least do it
Yeah.
in a mature way. Why y'all coming at Jason?
It's all day long, bro. It's all day long.
Jeez.
It's all. You know why? Because I'm the one that's always on.
No, and look, Jason, look, I get it. There are things that he definitely needs to get better. The jump pass, the jumping to throw the ball, some
I
of
don't
the
get that.
mechanical stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's things that need. But what I'm just
Here's
saying
what I
is,
will say.
go ahead,
Let me say this.
go ahead.
I'm not hating on John Mature tonight. I don't like the way he started off the game, and I think that had it not been for the way that everybody played aside from him, they're out of this game early. But I will say this. Something clicked. Something turned in his mind. I think, and it was on a run. It was he made a run, took a big hit, and you could see he popped back up, but there was a difference in him and I don't remember which run it was, but it was like early second half. You saw him get hit pretty good.
The big run in the third quarter.
Something kind of flipped his mind, though. You could tell that he just started saying "fuck it." Now I wonder if he's going to be okay next week because he took a beating tonight.
We're bye week. We're favored
right?
We're favored by 2 TDs over bye.
We
perfect.
So
still my
whole, in that second half, to me, I think he definitely made the improvements or what you wanted to see him do in the Ole Miss game. You saw him doing that second half, which was just take what's there. Satania runs that bench route, that zigzag, right? Exactly. That's what you do. Don't throw it to Gibson, who's running that go down the sideline. Yeah, that's probably a high probability, but it's still 50-50 ball. Take what's there. And I think that's what you did tonight. But I mean, I think everybody on this panel would be, sadly mistaken if we didn't point out the obvious. I think this is a defensive-led team. I think we rely on that defense. I don't know if anybody picked Kip to be the MVP, but I felt like Kip was a difference. Really,
he played this was his Bama game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he got active at one point. He got very active. Obviously, we've been talking in a broad stroke, but we've been talking a lot about the offense. But just defensively, Chris Mason and Jason, what were your thoughts defensively?
Well, they 3 turnovers in the first half, as Jason points out, saved this game, right? Those 3 turnovers. I mean, if Taylor Wine doesn't force that fumble, and if RMT does he take whatever? I think he pulled a hamstring returning it, right? With that damn Tennessee player latched onto him. But if we don't get that pick six, that touchdown, it's going to be tough. If they score and put a touchdown on the board, to Jason's point, OU could be down 14-0 and it could be hard.
They could have been down 17-0 at one point. It could have very easily gotten to that point. But look, first off, Showtime 409. Hey, dummy, I'm not hating on Mateer. I'm going to say this one more time. I have not been hating on Mateer. I've been telling the truth. He hadn't been playing worth the shit. It's a fact. Yeah, you can say what you want. He hasn't been playing worth the shit. And if it's not about an injury, it was because he was playing like shit. So you can say what you want. I didn't lie about it, a single thing. And I just got done saying something flipped in him in the second half, and he played his ass off. I'm not saying anything. I'm not hating on him. Shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think Kit played well. I mean, the secondary had some tough stuff. I mean, let's just call it what it was. Had some tough stuff going on. Because Tennessee's really freaking good at throwing the football and has 3 or 4 wide receivers that are going to be on NFL rosters. And Aguilar is a better fit for what they do than Nico last year. So Tennessee's going to score points. So they gave up. I mean, they gave up some big plays, but they made 3 big plays. So I think in the battle of the numbers are high of passing yardage wise. So. From that standpoint. But overall, I mean, Bowen made a big play. Robert Spears-Jennings made a big interception. They got stops, and for the most part, when they absolutely had to get a stop, they got a stop. They obviously gave up that touchdown right before, the last 2 minutes in the game, when Tennessee was doing what they needed to do. But, overall, You did what you needed to do. You held Tennessee to really 24 points, real points. That last field goal is kind of bullshit. We all know that. So, they did what they needed to do. I think Kip played a great game. Obviously, Taylor Wine did. We saw more of Danny Okoye. I haven't heard anything on RMT's injury status from that.
Looked like it was a hammy, but I mean, hey, bye week. That's the biggest thing.
Exactly. So you just let him rest it.
He wanted back on the field too. He was throwing a shit fit right at first about wanting to get back on the field. So I'm glad they didn't make him. You didn't have to have him. Taylor Wine played his ass off.
Yeah.
PJ Adebayo had some good looks.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, our
hey,
D
hey, we
line.
even got to see some Danny Okoye making the sack too. So,
Yeah,
Can
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's all there. The secondary, did they win this matchup? No, but they didn't lose this matchup either.
can I
Yeah,
point out
yeah.
somebody else on that defense that may be kind of an unsung hero or underrated hero for the night's game?
Go right ahead.
Heineke. Heineke. Heineke was a man
and I
tonight.
think he got a concussion too and played through that
He,
shit.
hey, Heineke was stopping that run by himself. He took that shit personal tonight. Like when Kip was getting
He was
active,
great. He was great. Great.
Kip and Heineke played. Hey, they played great games. I thought Sammy was really good as well. I thought that you were able to run out there with a 3-man, especially subbing them in and all that you were doing with your linebackers. I was really pleased with that. But Heineke was a guy tonight, especially in run situations for them. You really smoked out their run and stopped them from doing that.
Oh,
Um, I would say a lot of the big plays really came from just stuff kind of over the middle. Not necessarily even the mental lapses tonight. I thought some of the PI calls were a bit soft. That was just my idea. You know,
The
those
officiating in the SEC is for shit, man. There's
those
no two ways
yeah,
around it.
yeah. Those PI calls can kind of go either way, but sometimes I'm like, dude, look, it wasn't even a catchable ball. Some of those, I'm like that one early on Guillory, when I guess they're saying he bear hugged the tight end, which he did. The tight end is going to him basically like he has the ball already. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
the
yeah.
ball's not
He
catchable.
initiated the contact and they called it on him. It
Yeah,
was
I'm like, the
bullshit.
ball's not even catchable. But stuff that you got to clean up. It was really good to see that Davion Jordan get that stop on that screen. That's something that we haven't been good with over the past couple of weeks. Um, but yeah, I mean, you give up just a couple of cheap plays. And you have some things the football guys were looking out for you. I mean, because there were some things that went your way, like that doink play where where Aguilar throws it right off that guy's face mask. I mean, it's just on 4th and 1, you get some of those key stops and everything. I mean, the defense gave you what you needed to do, and to me, I think it was true in fashion tonight of the defense being that bend but don't break defense that BV loves. Once you
Yeah.
get inside that 30 to 20 yard line, that's whenever things get a little bit tougher to score, and I think that's what you saw tonight. So again, we expected
Shout
them.
out to X Rob on this though too. You didn't have to do it. You could have run the clock out there, and really, they probably should have run the clock out there even after you did that. It puts you at 9 if you walk in, and so you probably don't have to do it. He did that being very uh, that was very unselfish of him.
Mhm.
Was it necessary? Probably not. But I honestly though, yeah, I mean, because they still had a chance to get another freaking onside kick after that
Mhm.
and go ahead and win. So all in all, look, it was not a clean game by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of stupid shit on the defensive side of the ball too. Some of it is officiating. Some of it wasn't, guys. Some of it wasn't.
yeah,
And
but
you let them stay in the game at times because of it. It felt like to me because of a lack of, you know, look, they do have to clean some shit up. They're gonna have to stop getting stupid penalties on fucking third downs and stuff. You got to stop it. It's gonna get you beat.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
but
yeah, I agree.
yeah. So Pat McAfee just posted this Oklahoma kicker Sandell is a monster.
Sounds like McAfee. Yeah,
Yeah,
he would love it.
You
Yeah, he
oh, go
acts
ahead.
like McAfee, kind of, huh?
I was just gonna say, man, like defensively, man, tonight I was really happy with what I saw. Definitely would have loved to have Kobe out there. Definitely would have loved to have Gentry out there, even though that wasn't necessarily go. But I just thought that from the get go, from what you saw from Taylor Wine at defensive line. I think Marvin Jones Jr. came in there and played a really good game. I think that at the very least, from Marvin Jones Jr. into our interior D line, I think that they were very disruptive at times. At times, it looked like we couldn't really get a true pass rush, but we hurried him a whole bunch to where he had to get it out of his hands. But I thought for the most part the
Aguilar was
secondary
scared.
played well.
He was not. He did not play well.
No.
He did not. The times that they got touchdowns, he kind of got bailed out on a few of those passes.
Mm-hmm.
He was scared. He was scared from the first pop he took. They sacked him 3 times in the first series, or in the first 2 series. I mean,
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, they got 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. That's what they're calling the stats right now, which is below our average. Sack wise, about average, but below average on tackles for loss. But I mean, Tennessee's running game was non-existent. We did make them. I mean, we made them one dimensional, and it mattered.
Mm-hmm. You got to wrap up. That's the last thing I really got about the defense. Got to wrap up. There's a couple of plays down there. Obviously, the one that's probably most recent on my mind is the one with Aguilar, Guillory. You can't just go shoulder tap these guys at this level, especially on that one touchdown that they got. That should have never happened. Shoestring tackle, whatever the case may be, go for the legs, do that, get them on the ground. Let's go on and get off the field. Those are things that, definitely with film and all the rest of the stuff, you're hopeful that they clean that up. I think Bama is not necessarily Tennessee, but they beat Tennessee and they can score in flurries, and they have the Bernard kid. They have obviously the Williams kid or whatever, just kind of looking ahead just a little bit. But I mean, fellas, this is a great win and this is great momentum. Again, going into the bye week, you want to be undefeated going into the bye week regardless. It's 1-0 right now, and that's all that you can ask for. This team is 7-2, and I could not be any happier. Obviously, there's still a lot that we left out on the field. I focus on that more, but at the same time, got to be happy. You went in there into that environment. Jason talked about it at High Chip this past Thursday. 110,000 people. You went in there. It's loud. They're having a blackout. It's a night after thing.
It wasn't loud for most of the second half, was it?
And they jumped on us too, right? They jumped on us. It could have spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could have, and that's. I do feel like still again, you've got to work on some of these things as far as keeping your composure and just have a little bit. You just got to make sure that you tighten these things up, because that this isn't a thing that Brent Venables and these guys are teaching. They're going to have to make sure that they lock it down, because you're not going to be able to get away with it against certain teams, right? Mm-hmm. You're just not going to be able to. I don't think that, but nobody in here was saying that this was a luck. They went out. You got to earn your own luck. You got to get your own luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
I was saying on Thursday, and I've been saying this a lot, that it was a fluke. It feels real fluky why that they hadn't been getting any turnovers. Yeah. Real fluky, because it's been so close. And then tonight, the gates kind of opened up.
Well, I mean, Aguilar threw deep into coverage, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, so we actually had safeties who could break on the ball and make plays. So you're right.
You almost had another couple of them too. I mean, there was a couple that you could have gotten.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is if the dam's opening up, and you can
it felt like they were going to get to it.
If you can get a couple of turnovers a game, right, and be even or win the turnover battle with the three games we've got coming up. Yeah, I mean, it's makes a huge difference, right? It just, it's a massive difference. Again, what we were looking for was play great on the road. I mean, great level of effort on the road, and you can't hit. I mean, we've watched a lot of programs shit can coaches because their teams quit on them, right?
Yeah.
No one's quitting on Brent. No one's quitting on Brent.
No, they're not.
The guys are out
and
there.
And that's why we all three of us said the other day that it's stupid to even continue having this conversation. And I guarantee you, unless they look absolute ass and just, I mean, they would have to quit for the next 3 games for them to do anything. And I think he kept his job tonight without a doubt. I think he kept his job tonight because they could have quit. They could have quit tonight when it wasn't going their way. And the offense wasn't moving the ball. And somehow that, look, man, the defense, there was a lot of bend tonight. No break.
Yeah.
And that's the best offense probably. I mean, Alabama's good in a different way. It's a different offense. It's a different scheme. And defensively, Bama is different than Tennessee as well. But Missouri and LSU aren't going to be bringing a whole lot of offense to Norman for the final two games.
No.
Doesn't look that way. Doesn't look that way at least.
You control your destiny. You just got to go and win. Every game from now on out, these last 3 games are must-win games. Go do it. Give yourself a chance.
You're gonna catch Bama off a couple of tough games. They were off this week, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Yeah, so we're gonna catch them off two. They were off this week, so we're gonna catch them. Off a big game, and we're gonna be rested. We could use that, but if you're thinking, and guys, I'm always accused of being like looking 2 steps ahead. I'm the recruiting guy, right? But what I watched tonight is, defensively we're loaded. We got lots of young guys coming and playing a lot, right? We know that. We're playing 25 defenders on the road against Tennessee. I mean, we have a 2 deep that we're just rotating people in and out. And we know we've got guys coming ready to start hitting it, right? What we wanted to see is offensively, can over this back half of this season, can we build some momentum offensively, right? And I think you've got 4 young offensive linemen who you're going to return next year who could, in theory, be the offensive line for you to finally get back to good offensive line play in 26, right? I mean, that's a projection, but, you've got 4 guys who are starting to play who are going to come back. Right, we got a right tackle, left tackle, center, guard, left guard, and then and then Satania could come back at wide receiver. You've got some young wide receivers. Mateer again. We saw the first flashes of Michigan Mateer. Like, okay, that guy just reappeared. I don't know where he's been, but he just flashed again. And if he can flash like that the rest of this season, then in an off season, I think you could. With a returning quarterback and a returning offensive coordinator for the first time since 2021, you could. There's this game highlights that there could be a bright vision for Oklahoma in 26, and even with the balanced SEC schedules, which actually I think help OU because we've had a shitty schedule, and now everybody else is going to get a balanced schedule closer to what we have. Had to deal with this year. We're 7-2, right? I mean, we were what? Were we 4-5 last year at this point? Or were we 5-4? We were. Let's just say
we were 5 through 8 games.
I think we were
5-3. So yeah, 5-4 through 9.
No, we hadn't played Maine yet, and we hadn't beat Alabama, so we only had 4 wins, right? Maybe this is
through 9 games. Through 9 weeks, it was 5-4. We got to 5-3, 5-4 is what it turned into.
But either way, we're 7-2. It's a much better season. It's a much better play.
Doubt.
I mean,
no doubt.
So if you can just get some consistency and continuity in offense and the O-line, get the ball distributed out, spend some money on a big tight end and a big wide receiver, because you don't have to buy a big tackle. It looks like. We got 3 games. We got 3 games to make things really interesting in terms of how the rest of the season went. Some weird things happened in college football today that make 10-2 OU a little. There's definitely a path for Vandy being 9-3 now. That knocks Vandy out of it.
You're not gonna get in at 9-3. You're getting in at 10-2, bro.
No, I'm saying, but you need some people to get to 9-3, right? Yeah, you need some people to get to 9-3. What you really need is Pitt to knock off Notre Dame and knock them out of the college football playoff. That's what you really need.
But even at that, if you make it 10-2, you probably have
Miami getting beat today doesn't hurt nobody. Miami getting beat today.
Chris Mason, I've been telling you this an awful lot.
Well, Georgia Tech lost tonight. Just the Big 12 looks like a total mess. They're going to be
10-2 OU gets in because of a lot of reason, and mostly because of the helmet. Let's just be real.
well. They
There's just
need
no
some
way we
other
should
thing.
keep them out.
They need some other things to go right, but there's a window for it now. Whereas before, whereas before it was looking a little tough. There's a window there, though.
All right.
There's a window, but
Biggest thing, if I can step in here, I'll just say, Chris Mason, you said it an awful lot over these last couple of weeks. And obviously we didn't see it all 4 quarters, but still complimentary football is what got you that win tonight. And the thing was that yes, the defense led the way, but you complimented them. You went out there and got scores. And be honest with you, instead of us, arguing amongst this player, that player, whatever, guys, we not only did we win on the road, we won at Neyland Stadium again. We scored 30 points.
by hook or by crook, I don't care how, right?
I mean, it kind of is what it is. I don't want to go in here and one score games every game like a TCU did. But hell, if that means that we're in a national
Hey,
championship
if Mateer can go on a 3-game heater like the TCU quarterback did for that stretch,
yeah,
if he gets on a heater, and again, we are so far away from seeing 100% OU football. We're not in 5th gear. We're kind of grinding around in 3rd gear still. I mean, we have not played an elite game yet. We just have not. We played.
They haven't played and I mean they haven't played a game where they played well on both sides of the football. Really,
we haven't seen 4 quarters of really good football from them.
that's what I mean for the entirety of a game to where
the entirety of a game
you were clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't seen. I mean, it's still there. I mean, we had our.
But here's the thing: will you see that in the SEC? I don't know that you're going to see that in the SEC very often. I think that this is a conference that you're just gonna have to get through it. You're just gonna have to get through those times, those possessions, those quarters, or even halves that you just don't look very good in certain areas, and then you make an adjustment. The best.
I mean, look at UGA today, right?
You look at what Georgia's been doing all year. That shit, guys. They should lose every fucking week. It seems like, and they come and find a way.
I mean, Florida should have kicked that field goal. That was a stupid call. In the 4th quarter.
Again. But why were they in it? They should.
No, you're right. You're right.
They shouldn't have been in it.
It's like Kirby Smart is the Iceman from Top Gun. He just sits and he waits for you to fuck up, and then he takes you out. Right? You make a bad call. You leave an opening, and he just
it's always like.
Yeah.
Bama game's another must win. I think it is if you want to make sure that you're in the playoff. At 9-3, do you get a look? Maybe. Look, there's a lot of time left. There's a lot of football to be played. There's 4 weeks.
There is
of regular season football coming.
There is. There
so there's looking ahead at it right now. If things stay the way they are, then yes, I think that this is a must win. It's hard for me to if you go in there and play. And look, maybe this is the kind of game that maybe they're better at this shit on the road, at having to freaking come together, find a way. We talked about this before. As much as I think Alabama's really good. I don't know that this football team thinks Alabama's really good. I don't think that they don't. I don't think they respect them much because they out-muscled them last year. It wasn't just that they beat them. They were more physical. They were the more physical brand. They believe that they can beat these guys.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look,
we'll see.
You trade Jalen Milroe for Ryan Grubb, if we're just being honest. But even at that, I tend to lean to where Jason is going with this. I agree with him, and I think that you are going to see some play. You just have to take care of one, your tackling, and 2, the underneath stuff, because that's where Ryan Williams and especially Bernard too. And Horton as well. Got to put all 3 of them in that category. You're going to go up against another trio of really good wide receivers. Go out there and handle business. That's all that you got to do. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself an opportunity. Another big game on the road. And another thing is, Venables teams, at least the OU teams, haven't been the greatest coming off a bye. But I'm hopeful that with this win, getting healthy, guys knowing what's at stake,
Well, but with Mateer with the bye, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, just let your thumb heal for a week. Don't do a damn thing with it, right? Just let yourself heal up, and we'll the Alabama game. The Alabama game is anything is possible, right? You have the pieces. If Mateer plays and the offensive line play well, Alabama's has given up running plays to folks. They've given up points. They're not guys. They were scrambling to beat South Carolina for freaking sake.
But hold on, but you know as well as I do, South Carolina gave Ole Miss all they could handle today too, on the road.
Did they?
Yes,
no, I didn't watch the game.
All they could handle. It was a ball game all the way through the last time I looked at it was in the third quarter, and it was a 3-point game still. In fact, Ole Miss had barely taken the lead by 3. So all I'd say is this league is going to make you look this way sometimes. And I think we're knee-jerking into these reactions. I just said it in the chat there. Texas would be in over OU today. There's 4 weeks of football left to be played, guys. 4. There's going to be a lot. And the only way that OU and Texas are going to end up with the same record in the overall same record would be if they both win out. And then they're both in. They'd probably both be playing for the freaking conference championship if that's the case. Because you would have to beat Georgia. We would have to beat Alabama. There's some things going to happen there.
I mean, we have 4 weeks of chaos. If OU can just take care of it.
I'm saying. They would both be in if they both win out, though. That's the only way they're going to finish with the same record as each other.
Yeah, things get kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, but you had to win. The biggest thing is we're not sustaining back-to-back losses, right? We're not getting grind down like we did last year. We went on, losing streaks. We're just not. And you have a bye week now to recover, and you go to Bama, play a good game at Bama, see where you are. I think, again, Mateer showed some flashes of Michigan Mateer. Michigan Mateer keeps us in every game the rest of this year. Right? Ole Miss Mateer, we could lose any game. Michigan Mateer can win any of these games for us.
Hey, and OU revenge tour. No, he hasn't. A lot of apology letters. No. Play well. Nobody bitches. This is Oklahoma.
Well, he has played well before. Just play how you were playing before. We're not asking to
That's
do anything.
That's what I'm saying, though. Apologies for what? Apologies for what?
We have given him his flowers today. Good. He played well today.
Yeah, we have.
He was a reason why we won, as opposed to being, why didn't he make more plays? He made more plays. He's running the ball again. With X-Rob and him running the ball, you've got a counter to the offense. The defense.
Thank God for that defense.
Well, the
Thank
defense.
God for that defense early.
Well, the defense plays, the defense has been there all year long, but we knew that we were running into some games. The games where they needed more from the offense, right? Needed more from the offense. We needed the defense to make some big plays, some turnovers to flip things around a little bit. And that's what we got. I mean, it's a big win. Everyone sort of moves the goalposts on Brent a little bit. Well, that wasn't a big win. Well, that's not a big win. This is a big fucking win. Right?
It's a monster. It's the biggest win he's had yet.
It is a legitimate.
The first time they've beaten a top 25 team on the road in forever.
Right, exactly. So this is a big fucking win. Don't move the goalposts and, they were lucky to get turnovers. Fuck that shit. Okay? It's not, it was a big win.
No, I'm saying had it not been for the way the defense played early, it could have gotten out of hand.
Oh, exactly.
That's all I was saying.
That's exactly right. They would have
gotten out of hand early if it weren't for the defense.
Yeah, Tennessee was playing well on defense early. Crowds going nuts. They drive on us for a long touchdown drive, have a long touchdown drive, and the stadium's going crazy. There was a mental quit moment. And the team didn't quit and ground out a lead at halftime, which was freaking stupid, considering how bad the game looked like it was going.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. But Brent talked about that, right? That you're going to have to withstand that first quarter rush
Yeah.
that is Tennessee. They've scored on every first possession of the season, aside from the Alabama game, all that stuff. He was talking about it. We're going to have to find a way to withstand that. What's the way you're going to do that? You're going to probably get a turnover or two.
Yeah.
And that was really it. If it hadn't been for that, it's crazy stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, exactly. But you've got, as K. Chris, give him his flowers. He saw this win coming. He was right. The
Yeah.
team rallied, put
Yeah,
it
I'm not
together.
giving Jake Green.
Yeah, you just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
tough
just
crowd,
fucking with
tough
you.
crowd, you
You
know.
already know. Hey, you started busting my balls like before the game was over to hurry up and get the show started. I just had to bust you back a little bit.
All right. But either way, this means we have 2 weeks of positive mojo and momentum, recruiting momentum. Guys, we just went to Rocky Top and won. We're 7-2. After this win, OU is going to be top 15 in the nation, probably easily. I would think they are based
You
upon all
say
the
top
other
what?
top 15, somewhere in the top 15.
You should be inside that top 15 in my mind. It's going to be interesting to see what the committee does on Tuesday. I mean,
12th, 12th,
It's going to
11th.
be interesting to see. But you're right now. You've reversed the course. We've got 2 weeks of positivism. 2 weeks for the coaches to go on the road, go see some kids, and say, "Hey, don't you want to be Sooners? Did you watch our guys fighting at Rocky Top and winning the game? We need some players. We need some guys. We're going to close on some guys. 27 recruiting's going well, but this is you build upon this, close the rest of this season with some momentum on offense, keep playing the way you are on defense. There's nothing wrong with it. And then you could be, if Mateer keeps playing better, we get Michigan Mateer, I think you can realistically say another season of Mateer with an 4 offensive line guys returning, some wide receivers and running backs back. You got some pieces from the portal. Don't let Tate Sendell declare for the draft early. Not that kickers usually do that. But one last thing. Having Sandell makes Brent not have to make these I've been watching college football all day, and coaches are making stupid 4th down going for it decisions that are giving field position away to folks, right? If you watch the K-State Texas Tech game, they were both doing that. Like, punt, what are you doing? Stop going for it on 4th down. And having said sound down means Brent doesn't force fourth down decisions going for it on 4th. He's like, nope, my kicker will fucking hit it. Let's just get points.
And the whole thing is that they've been talking about this an awful lot during a lot of different interviews, a lot of different times about Sandell being able to kick it from even further. So whole thing is that came down to it. He went out there and got it done. 50 plus. Crowd screaming, all the rest of that stuff. 50
plus yard. That broke a record there.
Yeah.
350-yard plus field goals. He was money.
Yeah.
And they're good for another 10 yards. I mean,
the 51-yarder was good from another 10. The other two weren't. They were.
Yeah, well, but
they made him through. I mean, he pounded them. He still made them.
Yeah,
and the air is heavy out here. I didn't make it all the way out there. Shout out to somebody was just asking in there. I really wish that I had been there, but got caught out on the highway for about 3 hours. I wasn't going to make it, so I didn't even try after that. I found a place to freaking curl up. It's cold. The air's heavy out here in this part of the world, so those were pounded kicks.
Even pretty good punting day. So special teams, nothing really to complain about that much.
Booty shorts for the win, he says. When they were talking about that in the game, I was just like, "This is ridiculous." And then he shut him up when he I was just like, they were like, "I'm in awe of this guy. This guy is the real deal."
I mean,
he can wear whatever he wants, is what he said at the end.
And it wasn't a Burkage where it just felt like, damn, you're on pins and needles, because you felt like Burkage was going to hit it, but shit, like it's barely sliding in. No, he's hitting it right through the middle.
You know, and he missed one. He shanked one, an easier one.
Early on. I think he's got to be Lou Groza semifinalist at this point, right?
You would think
Oh,
so.
brother, yeah.
I mean, I don't know all the kickers in college football, but he's got to be somewhere in there.
Well, what he's missed his first kick, right, and then he hadn't missed since.
Yeah, I mean, he's been money. He's been money, and it's allowed
We
Brent.
shouldn't talk about it. He's on a heater. We got to quit talking about it.
All right, that's fine. He sucks. He sucks.
He's terrible.
Cut the motherfucker.
Terrible.
He's cut him. But it's
Terrible.
again, it's
right.
2 weeks of
Anybody else?
2 weeks of Brent being on the
Anything
hot
else?
seat shit would have been just terrible.
Where did Jason go?
I don't know. We just lost him. So I guess one of us needs to end the broadcast if he shows back up. So
all right. Well, hey, look, guys.
we can talk shit about Jason now that he's gone. So
no. We got the win. There he is. Well, I say we got the win, man. It's time to go ahead and go, man. It's time to go.
Yeah, I gotta get better internet for this bad boy. But yeah,
it's time to go, guys. I will see you Monday night for Chris and I talking recruiting, and then we'll be back Thursday for our bye week college football playoff predictions, final set of predictions from us to talk about what's going on with college football.
Hey, guys, like, subscribe, and share each channel. Do that right now. Go ahead and do that right now. Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Hey, you guys put it on Twitter too. I don't have Twitter still, so we all.
Are you still off Twitter? Okay.
I got
still
you.
fucked on Twitter. I got blocked off of freaking getting hacked. That's the weirdest shit ever. They're not even paying attention to my appeal.
That's crazy.
I can't help it. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
I'll talk
guys.
to you guys probably tomorrow, if not for sure Monday morning.
All right,
Peace
bye-bye.
out.